Hello and welcome back to Sapiens. In our last episode, we finally finished the path all the way between the two settlements, and we now have, what is that bundle weird? Because the ground hills up there slightly, and as you zoom out to a distance, you can see that it goes a little wonky. Yep. Okay, and so then we start working on a path up to the next space that I wanted to have something. This is more of a temporary, going to be more of a temporary camp up here, but up here we're going to do some building. I have a large building project in mind that I want to build up here just as a kind of capstone for this series. And so I need to get them to finish building the path up here, and what we might have to do that is to actually get them up here. Get them to work, and then maybe send them back and forth as part of the day for a little bit until we get something up there where they can have some beds. But then again, it's not that far to where I think that they need to have a separate camp up there. Beyond that, there's a few spots here in the base where there are a few things still laying around that need to get shuffled off to one direction or the other. And we also have some medicine to set up the actual routing for. We set up all the stockpiles for it, but we never actually set up the actual routes. So while this group here is working on the various things, the various path making things, we need to try and remember how we set this up so we can do some additional routing here. Unfortunately, this icon doesn't show what the differences are. It just shows the same bowl icon. So it's virus, then injury, then it should be burn next. Yep. And then finally empty fired bowls. Yes. All right. And that's the order that I use for all of the waypoints, I believe. We need to check and make sure we know which row they're in as well. Virus. Injury. And actually, I could have even just done the, not the fired bowls. Just the fired bowls, rather, because we don't have anything in unfired bowls anymore. It's weird that this one shows unfired in the description, whereas the other ones don't, even though that's got to be the difference that it's talking about here. Just to kind of verify these spots before we actually start. Let's see, you are virus, and then injury, and then burn, and then empty. And then finally up here at the mining camp, I think we had them here. Should be virus at this end. And then injury, and then burn, and then fired. Okay. And I think I had all the numbers of people correct. We do need to set the number of people on the route itself. Oh, there are a lot of people camped out in there. But maybe I'll set these routes up at night. Oh, that's going to be a little bit tough for other reasons, but aloe leaves. We have a few things we need anyways, so let's go ahead and give them some jobs to do. I did have them pick up a bunch of sticks from the tree, shake out the sticks, and so they have 324 branches. We also have some soil that needs to be mulched, so we'll get some people to do that as well. I like if you come in quick after they do any work here on the trees, you can see which tiles depleted rather easily, just by looking around like that. Looks like this person here will probably help us get all the way up there. Yes, they will. Because they were in the middle, we were able to get all the way up here. And I also did the same for these trees, although these folks here are working on the path so much that they're not going to get focused on the trees. And actually, they're not even going to focus on cooking very much. And I do have a whole bunch of alpaca for them to cook, so I want to make that a high priority. So they cook that, because they don't have that much mammoth meat or cooked alpaca left. Although they have cooked a couple of those, so that's fine. They've got some fruit. The camp down in the other in the valley there has some fruit, so I think we're okay from that point, or from that standpoint, I should say. I also gave them a bunch of chiseling and digging. Oh, too steep. Oops, I missed one. Dig that spot, please. This one also says too steep. Dig that one and that one. Actually, don't need to dig this one. I think the rest of them are okay. We'll see. They are working on collecting some more of that orange sandstone for the building project. We need to chip some of that into blocks, though, as we get it down here. Oh, no, they're making it into blocks because they're chiseling out blocks. Right, of course. So we have 188 orange sandstone blocks, a few of the other colors too, but we're not going to use those for that project. And you are sitting where? Oopsie. Nope, not that. Not that. Sorry. We're sitting there. Okay, that's reasonable because you'll finish your route tomorrow. I don't know if somebody's injured here or what their deal is. Major burn. Okay. Hopefully you took some burn medicine. It looks like you must have. Because there's no task to do so. Hopefully you did. We do have a bunch of medicine made. And they're working on firing those bowls as well, which is probably how she got burned. Actually, I might need another potter then. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, I just reminded myself. I'm glad I did this the way that I did it. Our friend Alana is also playing Sapiens, is doing a series on her channel. You can find her channel in my recommended channels links on the homepage, on my channel homepage. But if you haven't visited her before, but if you would like to take a look at hers, she's a little bit better at this kind of game than I am. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of bit better. And part of what she has done that I have yet to grasp fully is she's doing a much better job of managing everybody's roles. And so in her, I think it's her third episode, she does a really, really good job of going through how, like, a good way to manage everybody's roles. So check out her series as well. Give you some different perspectives on crucibles. Oh, okay. They'll give you some different perspectives on how the game kind of works, and some different ideas for how to play. And one thing that I have learned from myself is don't divvy up your colony. Keep them all together, and set up in a place where you can get all the materials you want instead of having to deal with this travel stuff. So that's what we'll be doing the next time I play. But for this time that we're playing, we're still dealing with this. But it's also good to manage better, I think, your colony, or to learn how to manage your colony, or to have a bit of a challenge in managing your colony by having two separate encampments like this and trying to keep them separate. I think, oh yes, routes. Let's pause and let's start those routes up. So everything's going to originate from here. Well, 3 of them are going to originate from here. And then we want to do manage storage and add new routes starting here. And I guess I could have done these as paused the whole time, but it's fine. The first stop is, of course, here. And it needs to go to this one, which should be the virus medicine. And then it'll go to this one here. Here. And then it'll go to this one up here. And then it'll go to here. Excuse me. Let me through. Nope, let me through. Here. And I want to limit the number of people on this to like 3 or 4, maybe 4. And I want to return to first stop when done, so that when they finish delivering the medicine here, they go back home. And we'll call this one virus medicine. Okay, and then I want to zoom back down there to start again. And then we can do from here, manage storage, add new route. Now, by the way, you notice that these all contain, this contains all of them. And that's fine, because we want the origin for all of these to be this point, and they shouldn't, if I'm interpreting the system correctly. Went too far. Turn around. This one will be injury, I guess, next, because they're in reverse alphabetical order with the empty ones at the end. And this one. But they shouldn't carry one type of medicine to a different, try to carry one type of medicine to a different stockpile that can accept it. And that's also why this up here has to have separate as well, because, let's see, 4 I think was what we did. I don't even remember. Yeah. Because we can't have any way of limiting the individual item here, so we have to have them within one stockpile, so we have to have them in a separate stockpiles for each type of medicine. And this will be injury medicine. And then jump back down to the beginning again. And I can just do that instead of doing the shenanigans. And this will be burn medicine. It ended up that this... ooh, there's a lot of rotten oranges there. Maybe that guy will clean them out. Probably not. There's nowhere really to put them. Let's see. And I don't know if rotten fruit begets rotten fruit either, like if it makes it rot faster. I'm not sure what the mechanic of that is. Let's see, burn medicine here. And burn medicine up here. The other reason I didn't start these right away is because I don't like the fact that they'll start routing things, and I've complained about this before, but that they'll start routing things at near the end of the day, and then, like, it seems like they should take some measure of the route's distance in hand, and think logically as to whether they can actually complete that route in the day, and then, and otherwise they need to wait until the next day, kind of thing. So hopefully that's something that the developer adds at some point. Oh wait, we don't need to go there. Nope. We need to go back to the top because the last one is at the top. Let's see, you can go there and you can jump up to this one. The last one originates here, I should say. And yes, this is a whole stockpile for empty fired bowls, whereas the others are limited. This one is not. And the reason this one is not limited is because I'm actually not bringing anything here. I want this one to accept whatever it needs to accept. So we can take these back down. Down. Here. And I think I'll put 8 people in this route. Technically, I suppose it should be 12, but I'm kind of hoping that we won't have people routing the whole time for these routes. I'm also kind of hoping that while it is set to return to start, that maybe if there's a route that goes back the direction they were hoping for, that they were embarking upon, that they will pick that item up and route it. I somehow doubt that that's the case, but I'm hoping. So let's do that, and then we can do return to first stop when done, I think still here. And then they'll do 8, and this will be empty bowl, no, not bone. Empty bowl return. A fun way to spell bone. All right, back to work then. That's, yep, back to high speed movement, or low speed movement, because somebody woke up and started to do clay crafting stuff. We need somebody to light this fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. And how are you doing here on food? Plenty of meat, a fair amount of oranges, but we could use some more fruit here. So maybe we should look for some more fruit to pick. A lot of alpaca here. Holy crap. What's some raspberries? That'll be good. That'll give these folks something to do besides routing medicine, because only 12 of them at most should embark upon medicine routes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's a 10th person there. Look at that. See them phasing in and out of each other? Any of those going on up here? No. So about 10 people. Oh, wait. 2 of them left early. 12 people embarking upon routes. And I assume also, and we'll see when they get to the first waypoint. Oh, they've already gone there and come back. Yeah, they've already gotten there or kept going, I mean. What's your problem? What if you turned around? Oh, you're the old man going back the other way. Then they're... I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, you're delivering axes, which was good, because you're supposed to be. Hopefully they are... That person must be energetic. We were also talking or looking at... Lana was looking at attributes here. And I don't know if this actually tells you their attribute. Oh, energetic. So energetic people will move faster. So they're much better for routes. Adults are better than children or elders, which isn't surprising based on what we've learned so far. And these are all elders. Look at that. Ugh. And energetic children will move, I think, about as fast as regular adults, maybe a little faster. Energetic elders will move as fast as regular adults, from what Lana has shared in her series. And I'm assuming she's correct. Either way, it's probably somewhat relatively correct, even if it's not completely correct. Let's mulch that one tile to get it back up to standard dirt, standard soil. Just so that, not because we need it to be better, but so that the berries will grow evenly there. But I don't need to mulch it. Eventually I need to do some, you know, some groves here of those things, and I still haven't done it. Yes, I know, I still haven't done it. I'm a slacker. What else is new, right? We still have some of this tin here. We could take that up, but on the other hand, I didn't really want to go that far, but that's good still. On the other hand, we could, because we have a crap ton of, well, we have a crap ton of both. 26 copper, 21 tin. Yeah, that's a lot. And you need more crucibles, which I did set up, and I even did prioritize, so you just haven't started working on them yet. Okay. But yeah, because they're working on all this stuff. All this stuff. But one thing I did do, I was talking about the roles a bit ago before I started in on other things. I did remove everyone from investigation. We have investigated everything. Everything is unlocked. Unless there's something that needs, I don't know, like a subcategory for investigation. Something like, I don't know, smelting or crafting or something, a different type of something, which I don't think there's any of those left either. Then we can always add investigation back to 1 or 2 people to do so. But until then, I'm not going to bother. And then diplomacy, I turned way down as well. So I only have 64 I only have 4 diplomats out of, you know, all of them at one point. All, you know, 66, or the better part of 66 of them. Because you don't really need that many diplomats. You only need 1 person every time a group comes to the colony, and they don't come that often, and it's one or the other. So I picked 2 people in each camp, or 2 people homed in each camp. Now, we do have a lot of other categories here that I should probably assign some people into, like things like music, of course. Not that it's necessary, but it does improve their morale a little bit. So having some musicians would be good, and we could even craft some instruments as well. We don't have any pumpkins up here, but we can start with a flute there. And then we can also, if we wanted to come up with a log, we could also come up with a log drum. But I think the flute will be good for now, and then we can kind of go from there. But yeah, we don't have any pumpkins up here at all, actually. How are you still doing on food? Good? You're still cooking that, hopefully. Yeah, good. Gooseberries. Another tribe has been spotted, but... And then, somebody died en route. Alright. But the problem is... And this is actually in the next version. But the problem is you can't then go back and say, okay, where was that tribe at? Now I have to look around and maybe find them. They could be up here. They could be down over here someplace. They could be all the way down to the other encampment. They will be nearly impossible to find except by stupid luck. They could be somewhere in the middle because there's also people doing routes. So it's practically impossible to find them once the one message clears, and the other one, that might be you though, because you don't have a thing over your head. Let's recruit. And I may send a few people from here up there too. I was going there with something, but I don't remember what it was now. I was going somewhere with something. I don't remember. I'm sorry. And then I got distracted by things. No oranges there, no oranges there. What did I get distracted? Where was I going before I got distracted? Something about the rolls. I'm lost. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do want to take some of these people up there, I think, because there's so many idle people here, and there's not that many people up there. Now it's not a great time to see how many people are up there, but there's not that many people up there. How much medicine do we have left now down here? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I made a bunch. They still need to fire those bowls, so we'll let them keep doing so. They've already used up all those sticks, and they're working on these. Nassim was burned while delivering fuel to a campfire. Great. Zoom up there. Mark these berries as well here. Together. And Polin is pregnant. We have a few path spots or segments to build here along the way. And I don't know how many they've actually delivered to. These haven't been delivered to at all yet. There's a few down here that are, yeah, they need more large rocks now. We have a bunch of them right here. Maybe I should do a temporary storage area. Put it like here-ish, wherever it can go. Set it to only plain rocks. Large rocks and only plain. And then mark all of these that are here, like that, to be stored. And then people who are in the area, or people who might want to be in the area, can go and join. Like maybe you, even though you're old, you could come up here and you could help clean up some of these rocks and use them. That's tin ore and balls. Yeah. Some flints up here, though. More flints. That tin ore again? Yeah. It's getting late, though. Are you the old man that I told to go and do something? No, that's not her. I think it was him. Why don't you just come back down here? And find yourself a place to sleep for the night. And you folks are delivering on the last leg of... these are all the old people who started out their route at the very beginning of the day and are just barely getting here. And this is why I wanted the intermediary camps, because I want them to be able to have a place to sleep. I don't know whether these people here... Lota... Nata... Alright. Pause. Joma... Pate... Pinewe... Jolalin... and Nanisa. I don't know whether they will have a place... They will sleep here, and then they will return, or if they'll get stuck here now. And that's one of the things that I wanted to evaluate with this route system that I'm setting up here anyway. They basically have cleaned me out of any plain rocks along the way here. That's part of the reason why I was doing this was to have to cut out. I mean, not really, but to have to cut these rocks to get at these. It gives me some more stones here. I can also just say, hey, come up here and work on one of these boulders. Or a couple of you come up here and work on one of these some of these boulders, so that they. Yeah, there's some birch branches laying here too. Storage they need. Probably need to go back home now. Yeah, you go back home. And you all dropped all your medicine out here. So I'll be interested to see what happens with that. These are all moving home. They all went and found a bed. And I have plenty of beds up here. I don't know how many beds I have versus how many people I have. We did manage to get a net of 2 burn medicine all the way here. Now, whether that's some that got used and some that that's all that's left, or what's going on with that, I don't actually have an answer. Looks like most of these beds are full. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You sleeping already? Get over here. 3. So those half-dozen people who are sleeping, or maybe more, who are sleeping here for the night, who need, who belong with the other camp, can actually fit here with the beds we have. You need, though, to move over here. You need to move in here too. Everyone else up there is the only people left that need to move in. And I think you're the last one. So it looks like we have, minus 6 or 8 people. It looks like we have, I think it's 18 on the first page. About 30, so 22 to 24 people up here out of the 66 up here that are assigned up here permanently. Actually, there's 30 because we counted the number of beds. Yeah, so that's perfect. So 22 to 24 people who live up here, and then the rest of them live down there. So I would like to balance it out a little bit more evenly, especially since there's work happening up here. But for now, this is okay, I think. All right, and then pre-dawn comes. A few early risers get up and get back to work. If this is that same person who was out ahead the first time, and she's already on her second route in this time, that's pretty darn impressive. And almost in one day, she managed to complete 2 full routes, compared to these elderly folks who couldn't even complete 1 in one day. She completed 1.5 routes, almost, and they got almost to 1 in the same amount of time. That's pretty impressive. So you are routing back, and you are somebody who lives up here, because I don't remember reading that name off, or at least it's not one of that big group of people who were living up here. So let's go with, I think it was this one was one of them. Yeah, so they're working up here now. They're stuck here. That's kind of a bummer if that's one of the people, which I think she was. They're definitely elders. Jola Lynn was definitely one. Yeah, they're working up here now. So they have now switched their homes. I don't really like that. I just don't know how to combat it. But hopefully, enough people get sent back with the return trips that we end up with some sort of equilibrium. But it might want to add some more houses or some more beds in here. I have plenty of furs, even the alpaca ones, which I prefer to make my beds out of. Just, I don't know, for reasons. So we can do... Oof, there we go. We can do some more beds. Build. Let's do it like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got a little crooked there, but that's alright. That'll give some more people some work to do. Your problem is you're hungry, which is to go eat. And maybe that's your only problem. If you weren't chatting, you could eat. Or you could chat while you eat. There's people who do that. Really? Alright, we need to clean these medicines up, though. That's a big problem. These will rot. So yeah, having people like this that are split into 2 separate encampments is not the most ideal situation, as we can now see. I need to bring a group of people up here, but they're all kind of busy doing something. Mostly. Oh, you're gonna go do some treating? Are you treating yourself or somebody else? You're treating... I couldn't tell. Probably with burn medicine, you might have been treating the person who was cooking. Ooh, and we actually got a decent amount of medicine here. A couple of virus medicines. Remember, we limited these to 12 bowls also. Here, I think it's 6 bowls in the intermediaries. 3 burn medicine there, a couple empties there. Was it 6 in the intermediaries, or was it more? And then I think, yeah, 6 in the intermediaries, because there's not really going to be a whole lot of people living at these. It's just a matter of like having a buffer spot. And then I think I did 12 on the return bowls, just because I wanted to allow for more people in those routes, and I knew I was going to have more bowls returning. How to word this? I knew I was going to have more bowls returning in that one route than I have in each individual other route, so I wanted to have more space for that. Because it should be 3 to 1, technically. Still needs rocks, which you're coming up here to take care of. Any people sitting around, yeah, like all 4 of you sitting around right there. Even though many of you are elders, probably. Come on up here, and it'll give you some work to do. And then eventually we need to do some digging here, which means we need to bring some stone axes up here. Maybe we should even just craft them up here. What if we just crafted them here? What if we said crafting area? Let's see. I think, yeah, this is probably even a level area here. 10, 10, 10. Yeah, that's a level area, nice level area. And then we could even do some storages here. That'll be fine for now. For small rocks, just of the plain variety. And then also large rocks of the plain variety. And yeah, I know I have a storage area just slightly away for this, but that'll be fine. And then as they get, some of these collected, they can deliver them to either one. Either one will help immensely. Oh, they already picked all those up. No, wait, they were down here. These are limestone. Yeah, they're all right there still. Some right there, some right there. This is all tin. Anything that's super nearby, they all did already. Let's see if there's anybody else down here who's idle. Oh yes, there are a few. Let's see, 3 of you here. What are you doing? Oh, you're just talking. That's fine. Oops. Select more. So 3 of you. Move up here as well. And they're close enough that they would be able to pick these up as well. Then we can do some of these. Store. The range is not as big as it seems when you're in that window. And I don't know if I can find any small plain rocks. But we could always craft some. Some copper balls laying around. Red sandstone. Here's some orange boulders. Oh, good, we can use those then too as we get up here. Copper balls laying around. Yeah. And there's some orange sandstone also in, it's yellow. It's all yellow. There's some orange down here, though. We need to use that. And I'm just using this storage here as a buffer for those. This one appears a little more important, but... What did you do? You dropped your pickaxe. Yeah. Because you thought you could bring it here, and then I told you no. So good, you can work on that stuff. That works for me. We're just going to make hand axes up there, though. We're not going to make pickaxes or axes. Axes? Whatever, Wally. So yeah, I don't see any small stone up here, but we can make those easily enough. Although they are very hard to see. Like, you can see the limestone ones fairly easily because they're white. But the little gray ones, they don't stand out too well. It's not always. Here's a couple, though. Yep. Oh, there's a lot here. See? They don't stand out very well. That or I'm blind. Or both. Could be both. Oh, you found some clay under there. I will probably have to dig that down again just to get the clay revealed. You found some flints, too? Is that what happened? I can give you a flint storage. Manage storage. Nope. Add more. Put a flint storage in here because we could always use those for the hand axes as well if we needed it. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Any other flints nearby? That was the soil, though. A few. Store those, please. 2, please. Another tribe has been spotted. Click it quick. Recruit. And they're up here. Okay. Is it just one person? Appears to be. That's okay. Okay, we'll need all of you to come back home tonight. That would be good. On your own would be even better. But I think what we're going to do is leave this here. I wanted to just come in and show you guys where I was at still. I haven't had a whole lot of time in the last however many days it's been to play. But I wanted to show you where I was at and give you a chance to provide any feedback you might have, any thoughts you might have, and also, you know, show you what I was going to work on next. So let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, anything like that in the comments, or come to my Discord, which you can find the link to in the description below. And you know, say hello, of course, but also let me know if you have any thoughts on the projects, maybe ways to make them work better, some of the issues that I've mentioned to have them work better, and whatever else you have thoughts on. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.